guess we're gonna jump this off with a video from the Super Real. That's REEL here on YouTube. He's giving commentary on the Lantern Show, which I gotta admit, everything that I've seen from the Lantern Show does not look good. I probably will not be checking it out past the pilot. If there's anything in the pilot that keeps me going, I might keep watching it out of morbid curiosity, but it's not looking like Lanterns to me. So let's see what he's talking about. If I can get my mouse together.
The Lantern Show has the potential to destroy the DCU before it even begins for two main reasons. The first reason is there is no hype around the DCU leading up to Lanterns, and two, Lanterns, everyone was so excited about this show and the trailer looks awful, you guys. Nothing about the trailer looks like Green Lantern at all. If you took out 7 seconds of that trailer, you couldn't even tell it was a Green Lantern show. If this show doesn't get a bunch of
Agreed. If you don't even know who Green Lantern is because you don't read comics or you didn't grow up watching the cartoons, you would not get it from this trailer.
Viewership, if this show is not well received, this could be the death of the DCU before it even begins. But let's talk about the lack of hype in the DCU so far. So the DCU started off with Creature Commandos, right? That's a show that I don't even know if a bunch of people even watched. I mean, I watched it, but I didn't rewatch a single episode of that.
I think I got about as far as episode 5 in Creature Commandos. I can't be sure. After the whole bride thing, it had to go.
That show. I think it was high mid. First part about the show is that the events of the show are barely even referenced, if at all, in the other projects. Like, they do not reference the events of Creature Commandos in Superman 2025 or in Peacemaker Season 2. I mean, you would think that Frank Grillo's character, Rick Flag Sr., you would think that he would reference Clayface breaking his back.
Now, see, here's the other thing, too. I thought the whole setup was supposed to be like the cartoons are supposed to connect to the movies and same actors doing the same voices and this is Gods and Monsters. It looks like they just threw everything out because everything was trash from the jump. You know, anytime you follow up a family movie with Peacemaker Season 2, which I'm sure a lot of people saw on accident that weren't looking for that, there was no plan. There was just a bunch of ideas and they weren't executed. They just weren't.
Back, but he doesn't do that at all. You would think that would be his main motivation for hating metahumans, but it seems to be his hatred for Peacemaker that like puts him down this path to hating metahumans, and it doesn't make any sense at all. But really, you would think they would reference the Clayface incident because they're making a Clayface movie for some strange reason. Also, Frank Grillo is the only character so far to appear in live action from that show, and they said like all these characters were gonna appear in live action, and Frank Grillo doesn't even look the part. He doesn't even look like how he looked in the show. I mean, there was a perfect opportunity to introduce G.I. Robot and put him on Earth X in Peacemaker Season 2, and they didn't do that. I don't know, you guys. I could just care less about Creature Commandos. I don't know if a lot of people even watch that show. But then next we move on to Superman, and I'm not going to stay on this point too much because everyone has already said everything that needs to be said about Superman 2025. We all know it only made $616 million, and yes, that is a only made $616 million. Some people said it flopped. Other people said it underperformed. It clearly wasn't a box office bomb, but it clearly wasn't a financial success if you just look at it. I mean, there are some movies out there that you could just look at and be like, oh, that's a financial success. It made like 750, $800 million. But when you look at Superman, you kind of have to squint your eyes, you kind of have to cock your head, right? You have to do this movie math. You have to take monies from merchandise sales and all these other things to like bolster the movie itself. You can't just look at it and be like, oh, this was a financial success. It was very divisive. It got a mixed reception from the crowd. I just don't think there's a lot of hype around Superman. And then we move on to Peacemaker Season 2, which lost 40% of its audience throughout its entire run. The show had a bisexual orgy in the episode 1 of Season 2, which turned a lot of people off in my opinion. But the biggest thing is that the finale was underwhelming. James Gunn hyped it up for like a week or 2 weeks. He was hyping up that finale and it was just straight trash, you guys. It was a big nothing burger. We got nothing but music montages. We had like 2 concerts. It was really underwhelming. People were expecting so much more from that finale.
After watching Peacemaker Season 2 episode 8, I officially came to the conclusion this was a waste of my fucking time. I just got done watching it. That was a waste of my fucking time. I'm thinking I'm finna get an hour of peak. You know what I'm saying? And what make it worse, James Gunn said episode 6 through 8 oh, this the craziest shit he wrote and all this. I'm thinking all these cameos finna happen and these
This
big
man,
battles. I'm thinking that's finna
he is
happen
on
with
record
alternate realities
many
and shit.
times.
No,
Bending the truth.
this shit just left me on a cliffhanger, and we don't even know that if we get a fucking season 3 or not. He ain't at
You're not. From what I heard, you're not. There was also supposed to be something coming with Waller. Ain't happening. You're not. Maybe they'll try to do a different show from what I've seen online, because I have seen stuff online with people talking about stuff, even though I'm not personally watching it. Just like I'm doing right now. I think at one point in time, there was a possibility that there might be like a checkmate show instead of continuing with Peacemaker, but they ain't doing nothing. They just throwing stuff at the wall. And now with the sale, come on, it's a wrap.
the end. I'm trying to see if they got a post scene or something. It's just James Gunn and them talking and shit. And he said this is for the future of the DCU. Like, dog, this shit damn near pissed me off, James. You damn near pissed me off. I did not like this shit. And I'm not finna let y'all gaslight me in the comments talking about, oh, it's character development. No, I don't give a fuck about that shit. The first episode, 6 episodes was doing that shit. Episode 8, I wanted that bitch to be peak, big battles, cameos, like he promised, nigga. Nigga promised. This nigga did all this for this nigga just to end up in another reality. No, bro. I did not like this. I'm sorry.
Yes, that was the ending. No, I'm not sorry. Yes, it's streaming. HBO Max. No, you can't DM me about it. Okay, fine. 1 DM.
What? I mean, just watching the finale, I felt corny. It just looked lame. It was whack. I'm just watching every second, just waiting for something to happen, and nothing happened. It was a waste of my time. And really, after that Peacemaker finale, that's what really turned me off from James Gunn. I don't really think he has anything in the tank per se. I think he's all talk. I think there's nothing really epic that's about to happen in this year. And we were supposed to have Lanterns right now. Lanterns was supposed to come out in like early 2026, but Lanterns is now pushed back behind Supergirl. So now we have to talk about Supergirl. I don't think there's any hype around Supergirl, you guys. I don't think Supergirl is set up for success at all. Superman only making $616 million. I don't think Supergirl's gonna make a cent more than that. And frankly, I think that movie can do less than Fantastic Four. I mean, Fantastic Four had Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, right? And that movie only did $520 million or something like that. I don't know if Jason Momoa's Lobo or Crypto is enough to save that Supergirl movie, especially if it's gonna be a little girl boss movie, if it's gonna be all nihilistic, if it's made for like a young female audience predominantly. Like, I just don't know how that's gonna sell. I don't think Supergirl has a prayer, and if that doesn't do well, Lanterns is gonna be under so much pressure to be a really, really, really good show. And the worst part is we're gonna know how well Supergirl performs by time Lanterns starts. Supergirl would have been in theaters for well over a month, so we will know like the box office numbers and things of that nature. Yeah, people may have to see Supergirl like 5 times for that to be a financial success. But moving on to my second point, yeah, everyone is very excited about this Lantern show, or at least they were. Even if you didn't like the DCU so far, this was the one project you were looking forward to the most. The one project you're like, okay, we have to see how this goes. This is what everyone's really excited about. And then we get a look at the trailer, and the trailer looks awful, you guys. It does not look like a Green Lantern show at all. Well, I can't say the trailer looks awful. The trailer looks like it could be a good show. It just doesn't look like it's going to be a good superhero show. They are not showing you any of the elements or any of the things you come to expect when you think about Green Lantern. You don't see any constructs. You don't see any CGI or anything like that. You barely see green at all in the trailer. But it's not just that the trailer looks kind of mid, if not neutral, if not bad, but it's also everything surrounding the Green Lantern show right now. You have the writer David Lindelof saying things like the color green is stupid and that the Green Lantern rings are magical rings. You have people who usually are shields for things in the DCU who are talking negatively about the Green Lantern trailer. And then you also, on top of all this, you have Zack Snyder trying to kick the feet out from under the Green Lantern show by posting all of his pictures. And the timing of this is not coincidental. He's doing this very intentionally. So let's get into all of this. Just listen to this writer, you guys. This is David Lindelof.
It's called Lanterns because we all agreed that the green was stupid. So you can make anything you can imagine. That if you have this magical ring,
Right.
Yes.
So first off, green is not stupid. If you say things like that, you're just gonna piss off like Green Lantern fans, comic book fans when you say things like that. And second off, the ring is not magical. I mean, maybe Alan Scott's ring was magical, but he is not a part of the Green Lantern Corps.
One of the problems that's been with Hollywood over the last few years has been that these people feel like they can do better than stuff that's lasted nearly 100 years. You feel me? It's delusion.
How we understand it today. The Green Lantern rings are super advanced alien technology. And if you want to go even more specific, it was technology brought over by Volthoom with his travel lantern. Breaking down the travel lantern is how we got our first set of Green Lantern rings. It is super advanced alien technology. It's not magical. It just makes me think that David Lindelof doesn't know or care about the source material. And yeah, you have someone like Grace Randolph, who is a huge supporter of James Gunn's DCU, and she didn't even like the trailer.
But that just looks like, it looks really bad. And I think that it's just not what Green Lantern is supposed to be.
This is not good, you guys. Usually you can count on your shields to hype up your stuff, but yeah, no, she doesn't even like this. And look at what Zack Snyder is posting. This guy is just shitting all over this Lantern show. I mean, this is not coincidence. He posted this stuff like yesterday, you guys. His caption reads, Wayne T. Carter as John Stewart, a hero we plan to bring into the Justice League story. Some paths remain unseen, but the green glow is still out there. Well, I'm glad it's out there somewhere in the universe, somewhere in the ether, because it's clearly not in this trailer, you guys. And look at this other post he had of Darkseid. The caption reads, the great villain of the DC universe is Darkseid. Across all DC live action films, his only appearance is in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Man, Zack Snyder is undermining James Gunn's DCU every step of the way, any chance he can get, you guys. This just isn't good in general for the Lantern show or James Gunn's DC universe as a whole. Like I said before, if this Lantern show doesn't get the viewership or the right reception, it could be the death of the DC universe. It's gonna put way too much pressure on Man of Tomorrow to be a success, let alone Clayface. Am I right? And did you guys see that they announced that Jon Stewart's gonna return in Man of Tomorrow?
And y'all let me know. I'm gonna stop mugging for the camera. This is crazy. It's taken me a long time to get my setup to the point where I could actually do this, so I'm kind of excited. Y'all got to give me some grace. But I could have sworn that Clayface was actually supposed to be Matt Reeves for the Batman 2, and Gunn took him from him because he wanted to do a movie that was just about Clayface. So let me know if that's true or not, or if that was just internet rumor or whatever.
As if this means anything. We haven't even seen him in Lanterns first. I mean, yes, Aaron Pierre has the green eyes. We all get that he's handsome, but we don't know if he's going to be a good Jon Stewart. We don't even know if the show's going to be good. This is just a big nothing burger post. They're just trying to keep the hype alive because there is no hype around this DCU. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, smash that subscribe button, and I'll try to keep a cool head going through the rest of this video. So moving on.
The only thing that this show has done is generate conversation, negative conversation, and solidify that people are done with what James Gunn is doing. It's the same thing with the new Star Trek series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, right? More people are watching YouTubers talk about Starfleet Academy than are actually watching the series. I have not watched the series yet, but there's a couple of YouTubers who, thank you for your service, have been watching the series and talking about each episode, and I watch them because that's hilarious. But I'm not giving my views to that dumpster fire. You know what I'm saying?
And I also have 3 major predictions for this show. My first prediction is I think they're gonna call middle Americans racist. My second prediction, I think Hal Jordan is gonna die. And my third prediction is I think the suits are gonna be CW quality even once we get down to the final suits. So yeah, you guys, I think they're gonna call middle Americans racist as hell. This show takes place in Nebraska, and I think they're gonna just be dogging Nebraskans. I mean, look at this shot right here. Look at the American flag. In no way, shape, or form has the American flag been represented in a positive light in James Gunn's DCU. I don't even know if it appeared in Superman 2025, and in the Peacemaker show it appears as like a joke or some type of like parody. Like his trailer is like the American flag and his car is the American flag. I don't think it's meant to be a positive thing. They play it for humor.
I think even he hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head, man. Peacemaker's patriotism is treated as a joke in the first place.
But we all know who's working on this show is David Lindelof, is Tom King, and this is in James Gunn's DCU. In no way, shape, or form do I think this scene that we're looking at right now is about to be a positive thing. And how many of you guys watching right now have ever even been to Nebraska? I've personally been to Nebraska. My wife is from Nebraska. She lived in Nebraska most of her life. My kids have kin out there in Nebraska. Yeah, I guarantee at some point they're gonna bring up these racial relations and call like the Midwestern people racist or something like that. These people are in their little Hollywood bubbles, and they think if you're a straight white male and you don't come from LA or New York, you're either some hick racist or some racist Chad. So just mark my words, they will bring up racial relations at some point during the show. And I don't even see the point of it. I'm sick of it. We just got 2 seasons of that in Peacemaker. And frankly, I think they handled the racial issue in Peacemaker season 1 better than Peacemaker season 2.
Oh, Peacemaker! Yes. You're that racist superhero!
In Peacemaker season 2, all they show us is how good Earth X looked when you don't have any minorities at all. And they don't even show you how bad it was over there. All they showed you was one shot of Adebayo like being chased by white people, and that's not enough. And right after that, we're pretty much gone and we don't go back. I mean, we left just as fast as we came in. But yeah, you guys, with David Lindelof working on this and Tom King, I guarantee you they bring up more racial relations. And I don't even get the point of it. All it does is divide us. Hollywood is obsessed with their activism, their virtue signaling, their messages, their freaking lectures. Why can't they just make normal content that everyone's gonna like, that brings people together, like Captain America Winter Soldier? I don't know, you guys, just be prepared, like if you're black or if you're brown, to be watching this show, and this show's pretty much telling you that, hey, like there's some good white people out there, but don't forget, you are a minority, you are a victim, you are devalued out there in society. I'm just so sick of this victim mentality bullshit, and I'm so sick of people trying to like pander to like the black vote, it seems. Leave the racial stuff to Ryan Coogler. I don't need it from James Gunn's DCU. And moving on, yeah, I think they foreshadowed the death of Hal Jordan in this.
As long as I'm alive, that ain't changing.
And in the whole trailer, Jon Stewart's pretty much talking down to Hal, saying that he's old, that you know he's his replacement, and that he needs to give it up or something like that. It just really feels like they're about to kill off Hal, or do something to where he's like put on ice and just out of the way. I don't like it. I think it's a mistake. All the Green Lantern fans, all the comic book fans know that Hal Jordan is the greatest Green Lantern. I love his interactions with Superman in the comics. I love his interactions with the Flash in the comics. They're like best friends. But this Hal Jordan is 60 years old. He could be Superman's dad. That's how old he is. And don't even get me started about why they haven't cast the Flash yet. But yeah, the worst part about this is that people are probably going to defend it if they do kill off Hal Jordan, try to make it seem like Hal Jordan isn't that important, or people are okay if Hal Jordan's not the main Green Lantern or a Green Lantern at all. And that just makes no sense. I'm prepared for that, and it's going to be awful, you guys. Don't get attached to Kyle Chandler. Don't get attached to Hal Jordan. It really seems like they're about to kill him off. And lastly, I think the super suits are about to be CW quality, you guys. And I only say that because look at what David Lindelof did to the Dr.
Hold on. There's a lot of CW slander going on in this video, okay? CW, for TV budgets, did their absolute best, and a lot of those suits were fire. A lot of them were same, but a lot of them were fire. Actually better than what the DCU has shown us so far.
Manhattan character in his Watchmen TV show. He looks CW quality, especially compared to what Zack Snyder gave you in terms of Dr. Manhattan. And also, no suit in the DCU so far has been a good suit. Everything has looked CW quality, and I don't think it's going to change with this Lantern show. Yeah. But beyond that, like, even if you have a physical suit, does that mean that all the other Lantern Corps are going to have physical suit? Like the Yellow Lanterns, the Red Lantern, like Atrocitus, is he going to have a physical red suit? Is Larfleeze going to pull up in a freaking Tennessee Volunteers jersey, you guys? I am definitely worried about the super suits. I think they're gonna be CW quality. I just haven't seen a good suit yet, and I don't think it's gonna change, you guys. But yeah, you guys, I'm just not enjoying what I've seen from the trailer. I think there are a lot of flaws in it, but maybe they'll release more things in the future, and maybe we'll see some constructs, maybe we'll see some CGI, maybe we'll see some more sci-fi elements, some of the things you come to expect from a Green Lantern project. But as it stands right now, I am not as hype about it as I was before I saw this teaser trailer. If this doesn't get the viewership, if this doesn't get the reaction that people want, this could be the death of the DCU. I think Man of Tomorrow is going to be James Gunn's last film, and then he's out of here. But hey, if I've said anything that you guys agree with or that you enjoyed, smash that subscribe button. We are no longer the best account under 1,000 subs. We smashed that goal, and so the next goal, I guess, is 2,000 subs, you guys. Get in with the new guy. This is your channel. I work for you. Click here to binge more of my content. And as always, thank you for inviting me into your home, and thank you for joining me in mine. I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, y'all. So that was the Super Real, REEL. Excellent video. Excellent.